So this is the pound yen analysis for Wednesday the 18th of October. Now let's just have a look what's happened on the 17th. So we've had a small push up in prices all the way up to where we've had some resistance up here at the 149 level, and we've subsequently sold off. Momentum taking us through the support of 148.46 and below the 200 period moving average. So we've gone into this bit of a consolidation at the moment. We do appear to be breaking away from that, but overall I would expect prices to have moved downwards towards the next area of support of 147.35. But if we do have a strong bullish candle form here, we expect a test of the 200 period from beneath. If we do reverse from the 200 period beneath 148.46, I'll be targeting 147.35. Now, if we do successfully navigate the 200 period moving average, that isn't the end of it for possible resistance in prices. We've got the 148.46 to be tested from underneath. Overall, let's just have a look at the daily chart quickly, and let's just see. Yeah, we do appear to put in a lower high. Overall, especially if we look at the daily chart, we do appear to put in a lower high. So overall, at present, we do have these prices slowly do appear to be trending downwards. So if we do go up, I would expect some selling in around the 200 period or the 48.46 level. My overall view is slightly bearish, and we're targeting 147.35. If we're not able to hold that level, again, we'll be looking at the 146, but the level marked out on the chart is 144.78. 144.78 to the downside of a successful break of 147.35. If, however, we do get a move which is counter to the primary trend at present, and we'd have to successfully navigate 200 period, which I've mentioned, 48.46. So above that, we'll be looking at prices. See how they react to this dynamic support here. This higher time frame moving average being at 149.29. We might see a bit of a reaction there. If we don't, we'll be targeting 149.78, above which 150 would come into focus, and 150.56. I wouldn't expect prices to move much beyond the 150.56. Even though I have 151.25 marked on the chart, I wouldn't expect prices to go much beyond 150.56. To the downside, the extent, I wouldn't expect prices to go much below 146 to the downside. But overall, I am expecting prices to move downwards. So on the let's get this right. Let's get the scaling correct. On this on the hourly chart, I would expect prices to, even though it appears to put in a base at the moment, I would expect prices to possibly go up to test 148.46, so it's 200 period moving average, probably both at the same time, and reverse downwards to test 147.35. So let's just have a look at the higher time frames and see how prices are developing. Let's just get the scaling on here correct. At present, we did have a bullish move to the upside, a bit of consolidation, and then another break to the upside. We are currently putting in a bearish month for the pound against the yen, but the retracement hasn't been heavy in relation to the strong move we've seen to the upside in the month of September. So if we go to have a look at the weekly chart, and on the weekly chart, we've had even though the trend is not as prominent as I'd like it to be, we've had a low, a series of higher lows, but the retracements have been quite deep, but we've had higher lows nonetheless. We've pushed all the way up to the 152.85 level, and we do appear to be we did have a strong sell-off the week before last, and we at present we're not seeing a continuation to the upside of the pound against the yen, which isn't a very good sign. Prices have seemed to have reacted to the higher time frame moving average here in black, currently sitting at 149.27. It has reacted. It does appear to have reacted negatively last week to that level, and this week we have not seen another retest, and instead we are seeing bearish price momentum. If prices do trade below last week's low, that will further add to the bearish case, and last week's low was at 146.94, slightly below the 147.35 level, but yeah, it's pretty close, especially with the high ATR on the pound yen. So on the daily chart, I briefly had a look at it earlier. So on the daily chart, we've got our high up here, and we do appear to put in a lower high. If we do put this, if we do interpret this as being a lower high, I suppose we should do, considering that this candle here on the 17th is a bearish candle. We've not tested new highs up here from the 13th, and the candle has closed near its lows. Usually when candles close near their lows, it's reasonable to expect a further continuation to the direction of which the candle closed, whether it is bullish or bearish. So as it is a bearish candle closed near its lows after retesting the most recent highs, I do expect a further continuation down to the 147.35 based on this daily chart, below which, if we're not able to hold, again we'll be looking at the 146 level. We did have a bit of consolidation over here. We do have the 50 period moving average heading up towards that level, so I'll just put it on the chart. We've got the 50 period moving average, so let's just put it on the chart. Let's move it up. 145.80. Let's just get this on the chart. Sorry about this, taking a bit of time. So yeah, we'll be looking at 146. I've marked it out on the charts in red. See how prices react in and around there before we possibly go down to the 144.78, which is essentially 145. So that should wrap up my analysis on the pound yen. In light of what we've seen in recent price action, I do maintain a slightly bearish stance. So before I go, LCS, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.